Okay, so here we are in the kitchen. So that means we're going to talk about food. One of my favorite topics. Not only cooking it, but eating it, especially when it's from a great source. So that's where this young lady sitting next to me named Courtney McGregor comes in.
Hi.
We're going to have her introduce herself in a moment, but she has graciously accepted our invitation to come and talk about a line of food products that you may have not heard of. She has some of her Wildtree products fixed up with dips and crackers and pretzels at an open house that I went to. And I just stood there with one of the dips on one of the crackers and I just let it sit on my tongue. And those of us who are true foodies do that. Mm-hmm. You know, we like to really taste all the flavor of whatever it is that we're sampling. And it was so good, and when we talked further about it and found out how pure the product is that we're eating, I got very excited and I asked her if she would come over. And we actually did a tasting party at my house for some folks who were here. And she'll tell you a little bit more about how to do that as well. But now we're doing something for the website. So for those of you who couldn't make it to the party that we had, you'll get a chance to be introduced to this food line. So I'm going to introduce you to Courtney.
Hi, I'm Courtney McGregor. I am a team leader with Wildtree Natural Foods here in Northern Virginia. And Wildtree is an all-natural, organic food handling company. We specialize in grapeseed oils, dressings, marinades, culinary blends, and meal starters. What's great about our products is that they are additive and preservative free. We don't use MSG, we don't use high fructose corn syrup, we don't use any GMO ingredients. We're also dye free and we're a completely nut free facility. And so what you can expect from Wildtree is that our products we make a commitment to sustainable, we make a commitment to organic, and we make a commitment to the best possible ingredients.
So before we proceed any further, because as you can tell, Courtney has a great deal of enthusiasm for these products, which we are going to explore in depth in just a moment. For those of you who may not know what some of those initials mean, MSG stands for monosodium glutamate, which is a flavor enhancer that's added to just about every food that you purchase in the grocery store, especially the packs of powdered flavorings that you add to milk or other things to make it taste like macaroni and cheese mix, you know, something like that. And MSG is a neurotoxin to the body, which means it affects your nervous system over time. And so we want to stay clear of foods with MSG in them. And then the other one is GMO, which stands for genetically modified organisms. And those are originated with seeds that they plant in the field that are infused with insect repellent, basically, to repel insects from eating the plants. So while it sounds like a good idea at the outset to have less pests on the products, unfortunately the kind of things that they're using in the plants are not compatible with our body chemistry. And so people who eat food with GMOs in them are generally very ill. Yeah. And again, it's an overtime thing. It's not usually eat it once or twice and you're sick. It's an accumulation effect. So I just wanted to go over those two things so that you understand those just a little bit further. So back to you, Courtney.
Okay. Our line of grapeseed oils, culinary blends, dressings, sauces, and meal starters really help families eat healthy within their budget and save a lot of time. We make it so that you can cook for a large family or just one person with our convenient serving sizes. And we allow you to do that and stay within a very moderate budget because we want you to eat healthy and we want you to eat organic foods, and this is a great way to do so.
So basically what you're saying is all of the kind of things that we're seeing here are what's on the inside of the grocery store, right?
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Talk us through that a little bit.
We suggest that you shop the exterior of the grocery store, so get your produce and your proteins and your dairy all around the perimeter, and then shop us for the interior. So if you need desserts or you need you know, fajita seasonings or things like that, all those things that you would typically buy in a package, you can buy with Wildtree, and you're buying it without those extra chemicals and additives and preservatives and food dyes.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Really great.
So how about if we go down the line of your grapeseed oils that you brought along, Courtney, and they all are infused with different flavors.
Yes.
So that's what I really want people to know, is because it's not like you're taking some chemical and dropping them in each one to make them taste different ways. So walk us through that a little bit.
Sure. Well, grapeseed oil is a super heart healthy oil. It's very low in saturated fat. It helps to reduce your bad cholesterol while raising your good. And what I love is that you also have a really high smoke point, so you can fry with it and saute with it. You can do stir fry. And what makes it so easy to use is that we do different flavors. So we have our natural unflavored grapeseed oil. It has a nice light flavor. Then we have butter. I think that's Carol's favorite. The butter grapeseed oil is completely vegan. The flavor profile comes from coconut. So you get a really nice rich buttery flavor, but you're getting so much less saturated fat. It's great for popcorn. You can use it for veggies. You can use it in your baked goods. And then we have our roasted garlic grapeseed oil. This is infused with a garlic oil, so an extract of garlic in an oil with our natural oil mixed together. And then basil is the same way. It's garlic and then basil mixed together. And so this is just a concentration of the oil mixed into our natural oil to give you that nice light flavor. Then we have our smoky bacon, which is a really fun one. This is a mix of sunflower oil, grapeseed oil, and then we take hickory wood and smoke it in a chamber and slowly drop the oil through the chamber to infuse the oil with that great smokiness. And your taste buds read that smokiness as bacon. And it really does taste like bacon.
It really does.
And no pigs were harmed in the making of the oil. And then we have our lemon oil, which is a super bright flavor. It just uses a lemon extract into the oil, and you really get that flavor. It's great for anything green, asparagus and Brussels sprouts, and those vegetables just love to be brightened up, and then also fish.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, and then some of the things that we have here are some of the things that I ordered when I had my tasting party, so I recognize some of this packaging here. But I have I bought a lot of these because what I like about them initially, and I've only gotten to try a few because I just got our order this past week.
This week.
So Courtney spoke of the fajita seasoning, which was the first thing that I opened because we love fajitas. So I'll tell you how easy this was. I chopped up my chicken, threw it in a bowl, put the amount of fajita seasoning in there that was required for the amount of chicken I had, and while it took 20 minutes to do its melding, whatever it does in there, I cut up the veggies and warmed up the tortillas, and we ate in a half an hour. It was great.
Yeah, that's great.
And when you have a busy afternoon and you come home and you go, what am I going to make for dinner? I mean, that is one of the biggest issues that I think everybody has. You have no idea what to make for dinner. And I know it does require some preparation, like taking something out of the freezer, you know, some meat or something. But for generally, if you say, okay, tonight I'm going to have chicken and this, it's there waiting for you, and it's like, bam, throw it together. And I've got a couple things over in the kitchen that we're going to look at later that I just did that with this afternoon in preparation for tonight. So it's exciting to be able to now purchase some mixes that don't have any chemicals in them or any of those things that are neurotoxic to the body.
Right.
It's so exciting.
Some of the other chemicals that could be present in your food, especially in things like fajita and taco seasoning, in dry soup mixes and things, is silicon dioxide, which if you ever buy new shoes, which I seem to do often, you get these little packets that say do not eat, and it's silica, and that's the same thing that they use in the machinery to, when they're processing the herbs, they use that to keep the machines running and to fill the packages. So it really adds nothing to your food. It's not there for any other reason other than to be as a lubricant through the machines to get the spices to keep from sticking. And that's something that you definitely don't need to be eating as well, but with our fajita seasoning and our packaged soups, you don't get any of those chemicals.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have wished I could just have a quick thing to help me make dinner, and I looked in my cabinet and it's like, I don't have any of those quick things because I won't purchase them anymore.
Right.
So now I do.
Exactly. And with the culinary blends, we've taken the guesswork out of spices. Instead of buying, 15 different spices for one recipe, you can just buy one of our blends, and then you have it. You can recreate that meal quickly and easily. And a lot of times you can find a recipe anywhere online and you can substitute a Wildtree product for it. So you can use our website to look for a recipe, and we have hundreds and hundreds of recipes on our website. So you can go directly to the website, click on My Recipes, and put in the product that you have, and then it'll bring up tons of ideas for what you can cook for dinner. That's all.
Wow.
It makes meal planning really easily.
Sounds great. Okay, so Courtney, tell us how we get our hands on these products so we can bring them into our kitchens.
Okay, definitely. The first way you can do it is go to my website. It's www.courtneymcgregor.mywildtree.com. And you can browse, you can take a look at our recipes, you can learn more about grapeseed oil and our products, and you can learn more about our history, and you can shop directly from there. Or you can email me from that same website and we can set up a tasting party. And this is a really great way for you to learn more about the products. It's a lot of fun. You just invite some friends. We have the foods and the oils to taste. It's very simple, and you get 15 to 20% of your party sales in free products, which is how we did a complete pantry swap for Carol, right? Just about. And then the other way is we also have what's called freezer meal workshops, and we're going to give you a little bit of a taste of that in the kitchen. But a freezer meal workshop, you make 10 meals in 1 hour, and each meal serves 4 to 6 people. So you buy a bundle of products. You bring your proteins and your veggies in Ziploc bags. We meet at one person's house and we put together these meals. It's a ton of fun. You get enough products to do the whole workshop over again, and you're basically spending about $3.25 to $4 per serving, which is really great, and you can't even get that if you did choose to go through drive-through. So it's hard to eat for cheaper than that. So, and then the final way is if you're really excited about Wildtree, as I am, as you can tell, and you want to be a part of this team and be a part of the mission of helping Americans eat healthier, you can join my team, and we have great resources. There's low inventory, it's a low startup cost, and you can give it a try. You can do some tastings in your own home and in your friends' homes, and if it turns out not to be for you, that's okay. You can eat your kit. So that was it. You can eat your business supplies. So, and if you have any questions, you can reach me at my website. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Courtney. This has been great. So now we're going to transition into the kitchen and spend a few minutes in there. I'm going to show you some things I've made for dinner tonight, and then Courtney's going to show us how to do one of the freezer meals. So as Courtney and I were walking over to the kitchen, just as women do in the kitchen, we started talking.
Of course.
And we said, oh, we have to get this on camera. So those of you who are my clients know I'm a naturopath. And so I see several clients who have things like Crohn's disease and leaky gut and, issues in the gut that prohibits them from having much fun with their diet. So we know that all of the little packs in the grocery store have the chemicals in them that they cannot process. So how great to be able to offer them another alternative of clean foods that are in little packs that have flavor to them so that they can have a more varied palate diet. So I'm excited for them especially because they really, really had to really buckle down and be so perfect that they're eating, and sometimes very blandly so.
And they shouldn't have to sacrifice flavor. That's just...
So this is particularly exciting for me, for them, knowing some of the struggles they've been through. And I've actually even gone to the grocery store with some people who just have no idea what to eat. And we'll walk through the aisles and we'll just read the labels. And it's like, I wish I had better news for you. There just isn't anything here that is safe for you to eat.
Exactly.
So they're pretty much into steamed vegetables and grilled meat, which is not a bad diet, but it gets a little boring. So, you know, throw a little fajita seasoning on the vegetables or some Alfredo sauce that's clean, you know, and enjoy. You know, so I'm excited for you all who are watching this, who we've actually been through that experience together.
You get to rediscover cooking again.
Yes, yes, and your taste buds will be so happy.
Yes. Speaking of taste buds, tell me what we have for tonight.
Okay, so over here, so I pulled some of my new products out, and I am making for dinner tonight beef stew in the crock pot. And so there's clean beef in there that I browned in my frying pan with, I used my roasted garlic grapeseed oil to brown the meat with. And then I have my organic vegetables in here, and it tells you right on the back. I mean, if you don't know what to put in your roast beef, it tells you right here. It says roast beef, onion, carrots, potatoes, and celery. That's exactly what I have in there, except there's always one little thing I love to add when I make beef stew, and that is a little bit of fennel bulb. And people don't know what fennel bulbs are, or like, what are those? But they just give the beef just a little bit of a depth that I love. So I always sneak in a little something there. But I followed the directions exactly here. And I used the whole jar of the beef stew sauce. And there's going to be a lot more food in here than we're going to eat for dinner tonight. So guess where it's going? In the freezer. For another night. Dinner's made.
Exactly.
So then to go with the, a fun little thing that I made to go with the beef stew is I got out my little jar of smoked mozzarella tomato blend, which I have to just show it to you. I wish you could smell it.
Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision.
But this is what it looks like.
Yummy.
And all I did was mix it with a little hot water and a little cream cheese. And here it is. So it's melding in the refrigerator so it gets all yummy tasting. And then I have some crackers of different sorts all ready to go. So when it's time for dinner, it's just like, where's the soup bowls? We're ready to go.
And another great recipe with that smoked mozzarella and tomato, just as it is with the cream cheese, you can toss that with a bit of hot pasta and have a really nice and creamy smoked mozzarella and tomato pasta dish. Maybe slice some chicken and put on top. Very easy. So if you have any leftovers, that could be lunch tomorrow.
Okay, so that's what we're having for dinner tonight. And like I said the other night, I made fajitas, and the fajita seasoning comes in this jar. And I just needed just a very little bit, as you can see. So I'll probably get lots of fajita meals out of this one jar.
Yeah. Probably about 25 to 30 servings.
Okay.
So it's about 34 cents per serving.
And they were delicious. We enjoyed it thoroughly, and it was fast. So now we are going to have Courtney demonstrate how to make a freezer meal.
Okay. Alrighty, so today we're going to make an Opa Greek chicken and vegetables. It's super easy. This is one of our freezer meal workshop meals. And the idea behind these is that you can make this ahead of time, label it and freeze it, and then the day you want to use it, you take it out of the freezer in the morning, allow it to thaw and marinate, and then in the evening you can just pop it in a pan or in your saute pan or in a baking dish, and you're ready to go. Super simple. So we're going to start with chicken breast. And you can use whatever would feed your family. If you want to do 3 whole breasts, if you want to have leftovers, or you could do 2 if it's just 2 of you eating. It depends on how many people you're feeding. And then we have some mushrooms, some peppers, and some onions. These are just basic vegetables. You can add any that you like. These are just our favorites. So we're just going to slice them. We're going to slice the mushrooms and the peppers and the onion into long slices. And that'll be it. We'll put that in our freezer bag, and I will slice the chicken. Okay, so while she's still chopping, I will go ahead and add our ingredients. So we have the peppers, the mushrooms, and the onions all added in. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add just about 2 tablespoons of our roasted garlic grapeseed oil. And I like to say that it's about a tablespoon per chicken breast. So you can just add it in. I'm not very good at measuring, so I just pour a little bit in. And what's great about this is that you won't need any more oil for the pan.
Oh.
Because it'll already be marinated. So you should be able to just turn it out onto your pan and you're ready to go. And then for the Opa Greek seasoning, which is one of my favorites, I use this one a lot because there's no sodium, there's no sugar. It's just a really great fragrant blend of spices. And it has a really nice flavor. I use it for sausage and chicken and beef. So, and I'm just gonna do about 2 tablespoons. That's about a tablespoon. And then you just dump it in. And then the fun part.
We've got to have some onions in there.
Oh yes, let's put some onions in there.
I cried for these onions.
I know.
Woo.
All right, so then you just smush it around. That's it. So you're gonna get all of the Greek seasoning all over the chicken and all over the vegetables. And you can see this is beautiful colors with the red peppers, the green peppers, the purple onions. And then once you're finished, you guys can smell that. How does that smell?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You got
So
food
then
here.
you just wrap it around so that it makes a nice little package and seal it back up. And this can go in your freezer. You can just write what you have, Opa chicken, and pop it in the freezer. The day you want to serve it, you let it thaw in the fridge while you're at work or out running your errands. And then in the afternoon, you can put it in a baking dish at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then you can serve it over rice, you could serve it over pasta, or even over just some greens, which would be really good as well. And that's it. That's all you need for a freezer meal. Super simple.
So our work is done here. And I hope that you're excited about the possibility of trying some new things. And Courtney, thank you for being here. She is the woman to contact to get these great products.
Thank you so much for having me, Carol. It was a lot of fun. Our tasting party was great, and this was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to helping your clients find a healthier balance.
Thank you.